Summer 2025 has brought a wave of anxiety to Silicon Valley as uncertainty and fear ripple through the heart of America's innovation engine. President Trump's renewed immigration crackdown is hitting California's tech sector harder than ever, sending shockwaves through companies large and small. The administration's aggressive enforcement, especially in cities like Los Angeles and San Francisco, has left tech companies scrambling to protect their global workforce and maintain business continuity. For both nimble startups and established giants, the crackdown is a daily operational nightmare, threatening the international talent pipeline that drives innovation and keeps California at the forefront of technology. Recruiting top-tier talent from abroad is now harder than ever, and foreign-born workers face deep insecurity about their futures, with many fearing sudden changes to their visa status or even deportation. The LA Area Chamber of Commerce and state officials warn of severe economic disruption, with the Newsom administration flagging immigration policy as a major risk in its 2025 budget. Business leaders are sounding the alarm about the long-term impact on California's competitiveness. Silicon Valley's ethos of global collaboration is under siege, as companies navigate visa delays, legal uncertainty, and the fear of losing key employees who are essential to their most ambitious projects. Project timelines are in flux, HR departments are overwhelmed by paperwork and legal questions, and the state's reputation as a magnet for innovators is at stake as uncertainty grows. The very foundation of California's tech-driven economy is being tested in real time, as the world watches to see if the state can weather this storm and remain a beacon for global talent and innovation. Silicon Valley's remarkable success story is built on the foundation of foreign-born talent, people who have traveled from every corner of the globe to pursue opportunity and innovation in the heart of America's tech industry. In fact, 2/3 of its tech workforce hails from abroad, according to a 2025 report. This incredible diversity fuels creativity, drives competition, and brings fresh perspectives to the world's most cutting-edge companies. The H-1B visa and green card system have long been the main gateways for international experts, filling critical roles in software, AI, and engineering. These programs are essential for bringing in the specialized skills that keep the U.S. at the forefront of global technology. These workers aren't just coders, they're founders, leaders, and innovators from Sergey Brin to Elon Musk. Their vision and drive have shaped entire industries and inspired the next generation of entrepreneurs. The H-1B is a lifeline for companies seeking skills in short supply domestically, but it's only a temporary fix. Many companies rely on this program to stay competitive, but the uncertainty of the process can be a challenge for both employers and employees. The ultimate goal for many is a green card, allowing them to settle, buy homes, and fully contribute to their communities. It's about building a life, raising families, and investing in the future of California and the nation. This system has powered American innovation, created millions of jobs, and cemented the U.S. as a global tech leader. The ripple effects are felt far beyond Silicon Valley, reaching every sector of the economy. The immigrant story isn't just about billionaires, it's about the thousands of engineers and researchers who make California's economy thrive. Their daily contributions help solve complex problems and push the boundaries of what's possible. Without this steady influx of global talent, the engine of American innovation would sputter, and the nation's leadership in technology could quickly fade. California's current fears are grounded in the reality of Trump's first term, when restrictive policies led to a sharp drop in new immigrants and the state's first-ever population decline. A 2024 study found the U.S. lost at least $335 billion in economic growth from 2016 to 2022 due to these policies. The tech sector faced fierce global competition for a shrinking talent pool, with delays and denials in H-1B visas driving talent to Canada and Europe. Workers and families endured legal limbo and personal stress, unable to change jobs or plan their futures. The lesson immigration crackdowns don't just target the undocumented, they drive away the high-skilled talent America needs most. The H-1B and PERM green card systems, while vital to the U.S. tech industry and the broader economy, are deeply flawed. They're often criticized as convoluted, outdated, and easily exploitable by those who know how to navigate their complexities. For many immigrants, these programs represent both hope and frustration, a gateway to opportunity but also a maze of red tape and uncertainty. The H-1B lottery, intended to select the best and brightest, leaves countless qualified applicants out each year. Meanwhile, some firms have learned to game the system, submitting multiple applications or manipulating job requirements. This has led to wage suppression, controversy, and a perception that the system favors large outsourcing companies over genuine talent. The perm process, designed to protect U.S. jobs, is widely seen as outdated and inefficient. It still requires employers to post newspaper ads for high-tech positions, an anachronism in the digital age. For many, this step is a mere formality, a box to check in order to retain foreign workers already on staff, rather than a genuine search for American candidates. Critics like Bruce Morrison, a former congressman and immigration reform advocate, argue the system is rigged from the start. In practice, it rarely results in jobs going to Americans, and instead perpetuates a cycle that benefits employers more than workers. The backlog is staggering. Over 1 million skilled workers, the vast majority from India, are stuck in green card limbo. Many are tied to a single employer for years, unable to change jobs or advance their careers, while their families face years of uncertainty. This lack of mobility makes H-1B holders especially vulnerable. Many are paid less than their American counterparts and feel trapped, unable to leave toxic workplaces or negotiate better terms, fearing it could jeopardize their immigration status. The result is a captive workforce, fueling resentment among U.S. tech workers who see their own job prospects threatened. This tension has sparked heated debates and growing calls for comprehensive reform. Today, the flaws of the H-1B and perm systems are central to the national debate over America's tech future, immigration policy, and the country's ability to attract and retain global talent. Even as tech companies rely on the immigration system, they've faced federal scrutiny for discriminatory hiring practices. In 2021, Facebook, now Meta, settled with the DOJ after being accused of reserving thousands of jobs for visa holders, excluding qualified U.S. workers. The company paid millions in penalties and back pay, setting a precedent for the industry. Apple faced similar allegations in 2023, settling for $25 million and agreeing to DOJ monitoring. These high-profile cases exposed flaws in the perm process and fueled criticism that the system is abused at the expense of American workers. For the Trump administration, these lawsuits justify a tougher stance, framing the crackdown as protection for domestic labor. Tech companies argue these are isolated incidents, but the damage to their credibility is real. The debate over fairness and abuse now shapes the future of high-skilled immigration policy. The numbers reveal the stakes. 2/3 of Silicon Valley's tech workers are foreign-born, making immigration policy central to the region's future. A 2025 study warned that removing all undocumented immigrants would shrink California's GDP by $275 billion, showing how deeply the economy depends on immigrants at every level. The green card backlog traps over 1 million high-skilled workers and families in uncertainty, limiting their freedom and economic contribution. This dysfunction ties talent to specific employers and leaves families in limbo for years. The demographic impact is clear. Trump-era restrictions cost California a congressional seat for the first time, and more losses could follow. Slower population growth means less political clout and fewer resources for the state. Immigration policy isn't just an economic issue, it's reshaping California's future. The crackdown has united tech leaders, state officials, and workers in concern over America's future. CEOs warn that restricting talent will push innovation overseas as the best minds build companies in Toronto, Berlin, or Bengaluru. Governor Newsom and state officials call the crackdown an economic threat, highlighting risks to tax revenue and investment. California is fighting back in court, challenging federal policies it sees as harmful to its economic model. For foreign-born workers, the dream of America has become a source of anxiety. Lives and careers are on hold, families separated, and futures uncertain. Some U.S. tech workers, however, feel sidelined, arguing that the system favors cheaper foreign labor and calling for stronger protections. DOJ lawsuits against tech giants have amplified these grievances, fueling the push for reform. The debate is now deeply personal, dividing the workforce and shaping the political battle over high-skilled immigration. America stands at a crossroads. Will it double down on restrictions, risking a brain drain and decline in tech leadership, or pursue reform to keep attracting global talent? A harsher crackdown could push companies to relocate R&D abroad, eroding Silicon Valley's edge. Comprehensive reform, streamlining visas, ending per-country caps and protecting U.S. workers, remains elusive but essential. The outcome will shape not just the economy, but the nation's demographic and cultural fabric. A less diverse, more insular America may lose its innovative spark as the cross-pollination of ideas fades. The question is fundamental: does America's strength lie in closing itself off, or in remaining open to the world's best and brightest? The answer will determine whether the next breakthrough is made in California or somewhere else. For Silicon Valley and the U.S. economy, the stakes have never been higher.